Welcome to the Electrical and Electronic Engineering Lecture Series. Your anchor person is Professor Michael Sindinechi. Today we'll be looking at types and structure of general purpose computers. Please subscribe to our channel at https://youtube.com/@Ndinechi Michael C. Like, share, and drop your comments in the comment section or reach out to me using my email addresses on slide 1. You can also listen to the introductory lecture on computers in Module 6 at https://youtube, the link given. Today, we will look at the types of computers. And we say, recall in Module 006, we stated that computers can be made to perform any task demanded of it by changing the program in it. Such computers are called general purpose computers, and they can be classified into 3, namely mechanical computers, electronic computers, and electromechanical computers. Electronic computers are the modern ones and can be further classified into 3: analog computers. The analog computers operate on continuous varying signals. It essentially measures variable inputs and produces a variable output. The second one are the digital computers. These deal with discrete figures. It uses 0 and 5 volts to represent logic 0 and 1. They are faster than the analog computers and most useful in business as well as in scientific environments. Our attention in this course will be more on the digital computers. And of course, we have the hybrid computers, and it says that situations may warrant the use of both the analog and the digital computers in a single process. In such situations, the output of one computer is fed into the other as its input. So most of the time, computers or digital computers are classified by their sizes. Digital computers are basically electronic calculating and data processing machines that work with instructions and data, which are coded in binary digit form. It is, however, misleading to think of digital computers solely in their calculator processor role. They are very readily adapted to act as the complete controller in a very wide and ever-increasing number of applications. Digital computers can further be classified into categories: mainframe or large computers, so that these are large capacity computers, but they have become obsolete. We have the microcomputers, and these microcomputers are designed for one user at a time. Their operating system is usually structured to link one single user in terms of input and output. They control analog measuring instruments or devices in laboratories and handle moderate amounts of administrative and financial data. We also have the category called the mini computers, so that these are used for more extensive applications where, for example, one needs very fast processing of information, greater memory to store information, and to control other things. We have the category called the supercomputers, and these supercomputers are the fastest and most elaborate computers in existence. They can perform millions of operations in a second and are able to hold larger databases. Supercomputer capabilities are useful for carrying out enormous, complex scientific and engineering calculations and analyzing the huge amount of data made available by meteorological stations and astronomical observatories. We have the super mini computers, so that they are medium-sized computers used for many purposes, um, meant for mainframe computers, like the ones you see in departmental stores, medium businesses, and by consultants who develop specialized computer applications for businesses, and by universities and colleges. We have also the special ones called the embedded computers. We say that these are special purpose computers which may, for example, control the flight of a spacecraft with or without a human pilot. Such embedded computers have the same processor as the mini computer or even a mini computer, but it does not necessarily have much memory. The sole purpose of an embedded computer is to produce output in a specialized form for which it has been designed. They are also found in household appliances, machines, and automobiles. Now, for you to go out and select any computer for what you want to do, you have to do that based on the composition of such computers hardware. So we say that computer selection can be done based on the make of the microprocessor, the capacity of the hard disk, the onboard memory, otherwise known as the RAM or random access memory, and the clock speed. Microprocessors are usually expressed as 80xxx, Pentium, or I-core, and so on. Though this numbering has to do with the brand of microprocessor manufactured by Intel Corporation in the US, it has almost become synonymous with computer classification. It is common to hear people classifying their computers as a Pentium computer and more recently Core, i3, i5, i7 machine, rather than talking about the mini, the micro, and the super computers. The capacity of the hard disk determines the amount of information that can be stored by that particular computer, and the knowledge of this is very important in choosing a computer. It helps to ascertain whether a particular choice can serve the purpose for which the computer is required. The onboard memory, otherwise known as RAM, determines the range of software the computer can accommodate or run, as it is commonly put. The speed expressed as a function of frequency in megahertz determines how fast the computer can execute the instruction or data fed to it. You can look up this speed in the link given. Now, we look at this general purpose computer, the structure of it. In the past, we've spent time talking about what computers can do, but regardless of the size, the type, and the classification, a simple block diagram like the one in Figure 1 shows the composition of a typical general purpose computer. At the center is the central processing unit, which accommodates the memory, the control unit, the arithmetic logic unit, with a clock that helps to determine the speed of operation. Outside the central processing system, you have the input port, input device, output port, output device, and these input output devices are put together and called the I/O system. So let's quickly look at the input and the output devices. In our later model, we will be looking at the composition of the central processing system. But quickly, outside the central processing system, we have the input and output devices. So input devices are required to input data instruction programs to the central processing unit of the computer. They enable the user to communicate with the computer. Examples of input, output devices are given below. So For the computer to be useful to human, the system must have the ability to communicate with human. It is also desirable to allow the computer system to communicate directly with other computers or other processing devices. This role is filled by a general class of devices called the I/O devices, like the modem, the network interface card, the multiplexers. So in this category of input devices, the most common one is the keyboard. So if you look at the keyboard, you see some keys like numeric keys, enter, alt, control, and arrow keys. You also have the function keys. You have these keyboards come in different standards, which one we classify as standard, enhanced, or Windows 95 keyboard. We also have the mouse, and we say that this mouse is a plastic covered bit of machinery having a rounded shape on which the hand can rest and comfortably move around, something like this. So by sliding the mouse across the desk, the user instructs the computer to move a pointer across the screen and to shift and focus the attention accordingly. So by clicking the control button or 1 or 2 times, the computer takes action. The next is the joystick. We say that this is a graphic input device which sometimes has a firing button or another similar control. The joystick has much the same function as the mouse, and by tilting it, the joystick gives the desired action. We have the scanners and optical character recognitions known as the OCR, and this enables images and pages of text to be quickly transferred into the memory of the computer for use by the computer. A lot of mobile apps can now offer this service with handheld devices. Other input devices include light pen, point of sale, Bluetooth, compact disc, punch card, magnetic ink, character recognition. Then more useful output devices are the printers, and amongst the printers we have the impact printers, the impact dot matrix printers, dielectric printers, non-impact printers like inkjet, laserjet, visual display units, and so on. So now the visual display units, otherwise known as the monitors, can come as a one-colored or single-colored system called the monochrome, can come as RGB, red, green, blue monitors. So the classification continues. Have a CGA, EGA, VGA, super video graphics array, LCDs, and LEDs. Other input or output devices can be any of the speech devices, digital to analog converters, and modems. We are stopping here for today, and thank you for listening. Please share and like and follow us in this lecture series. Thank you.